We're Hassani and Danielle Pettiford, and we're a real couple with real problems who almost called it quits.
I was very frustrated. I became very disconnected, very jaded and cold.
We have 4 children, going on 20 years of marriage, and we practice what we preach.
Our mission, to change the way couples relate to one another and teach them the skills needed to improve the quality of their relationships. This is the Couples Academy Show.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Hassani.
I'm Danielle.
And we are the Couples Academy Show. And as you know, we come to you every single morning to start you on your way, to start you for your day, to give you what you need, some inspiration, some information to take your life and your relationship to the next level. We've been talking about intimacy all week long. Why are you looking at me like that?
How am I looking at you?
Like I said something wrong, or I said something funny,
you're
or
perfect.
I was corny in how I said what I said?
No,
you were
like,
feeling what I said?
You're my dreamboat.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're going to have to talk about that when the show is over to build some intimacy. We've been talking about intimacy all week long and what you can do to take your relationship to the next level. The fact is, some of you are dating, some of you are engaged in a committed courtship, engaged, or even married. Some have been married for a year, right? And they face some true challenges in that first year. They say it's a hard year. Some of you have been married for quite a few years, but maybe you've had some bumps, some bruises along the way, and you lost your rhythm, you lost your mojo, you lost your connection, and you're trying to get it back. Some of you actually never had it to begin with.
I hear a lot of people say that, like after they learn some of these things and they get to understanding what intimacy really is, they start saying things like, wow, I never really had it. That's not to say necessarily the relationship was bad to them though, right? But you know, there is a such thing as unconscious incompetence, right? So if you don't know what you don't know, then you just don't know. And so this is like, you know, peeling the layers back and helping you understand the potential of your relationship, which is exciting to me because if you thought things were pretty decent before, whoa, if you get some of these tools and start actually actualizing them in your life, you can actually really boost things up and take the next pitch or segment of your relationship to the next level.
Yeah.
But first, I want to ask you all to make sure when you come on here to like, share, and subscribe. Even if you want to go old school and pick up the phone and call some people and say, hey, girlfriend, get on the Couples Academy show. Let me tell you how to get there. Do that too. Just help us spread this message. And when you come on, just let us know where you're coming from so that on the second half of the break, we can acknowledge you.
Yes. All right, we're talking about intimacy, how to return to intimacy.
Okay, so so you want me to jump on the first?
No, I mean let's flow.
Okay, so yesterday we kind of wrapped it up with, you know, putting together this fun list, and I think I didn't give it enough attention, so we're going to talk about it again because we do like 56 weeks of a list. So it's like, okay, we're not doing this. We're not skydiving, but Hassani did it, right? Listen, you can do things together and I can be like this, like, yay! As I see the little dot coming down to the ground, whatever it is, make your list of things that you're going to do together because we have our couples have a work day and a play day. So on that play day, those are the things that you do a craft together. Hassani just went out and discovered that down the street we could do bead making classes and jewelry classes and pottery classes.
I was so excited. Making beads with my wife, I was like exhilarated and I'm just ready to go.
Well, as long as he's exhilarated, I love that kind of stuff, right? See? So that's the point. Like, I like that. He doesn't have to necessarily love it, but he loves me and loves being with me, so it's all good.
That's why she's going to jump out of a plane.
That's it. You know what? I will do it in the air tunnel.
Okay.
Let's do that together.
All right. Well, we can do that.
Make your list of fun. You make your fun list. All the things that you want to do that are fun and exciting to you. Mix that list up, and y'all come up with the things that you're going to do each week.
See, the thing is, we've said this before. Couples who pray together stay together. It's important to pray, but it is also true that couples who play together stay together. When you're having fun and having a good time, and you're lighthearted, and things are easy, and things are just flowing, you enjoy enjoy being with that person. But when everything is hard and everything is serious and everything is stern and we're always dealing with difficult issues and challenging topics, it sucks out your energy. It takes the willingness to want to engage with your partner completely away, and you want to drift off to just be with other people that you enjoy being with. You know, it's so funny that we have deeper relationships and connections and have more fun with our friends, other family members, than we do our own spouse. And what we need to do is change that around. So if you're saying, you know what, I'm just not there yet, we haven't been there yet, that's not the vibe or the dynamic of our relationship, well, you can make it that. Danielle just used a powerful word. She said unconscious incompetence, meaning you do not know what you do not know. But once you come into a level of understanding, that is called conscious incompetence. Now I'm fully aware that we don't know what we're doing.
Right.
We don't know how to have a connection. We don't know how to have intimacy. So what do? How do we go from conscious incompetence to conscious competence? The Couples Academy Show. Tuning in, listening, reading the book, The Audacity of Marriage, participating in one of our master classes, joining one of our Couples Academy retreats, the Audacity of Marriage retreats. I don't know, doing an intensive. There's so many opportunities for you to go deep dive into an exploration of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to take your relationship to the next level.
Absolutely. And to me, that should be on the fun list. Because if I got to be with you the rest of my days, if I got to raise a family with you, if I got to go half with bills and everything else with you, I want to at least enjoy my life, right? We don't want to be bound to something that is causing us misery, but we actually have all the tools to help you not do that. And so that's why we encourage you guys, reach out to us, because some of you are sitting in here listening like, man, I didn't realize it was so bad. Some of you actually are on here saying, wow, I didn't realize we had it so good. Either way, you're either moving forward or backwards. So you need to get in the hands of some folks that can guide you to where you want to be and stay. And that's the opportunity you have.
And that really takes us to the next point, and that's consider marriage enrichment activities. There's so many wonderful things that you can do. Listen, if you're a part of a church or any religious institution, it seems like those are the organizations that really support marriage the most. And they have all types of activities and all types of, events that you can engage in. And I know we've been dealing with a pandemic and it's kind of hard connecting, but the world is beginning to open up. Many of you are taking your vaccines, and now you don't even have to wear masks. So you're freer, if you will, to go out, connect, and enjoy. And you need to begin to do that, because guess what? While you're working on your relationship, sometimes it's good to connect with other people who are working on their relationship as well. Now you're in a community of people, right? A community of people who are all striving for the same thing. And if you're in the right sequence and you have the right vision and the right passion, you will get to your final destination. They say that you are a product of your environment. So wouldn't it make sense to place yourself in the right environment that is conducive for your growth?
I think so. When we meet couples all the time, people are saying they just don't want to do life alone. They want to connect. They want to find their people. Isn't it weird how so many couples don't have other solid couples to connect with? I mean, we get the pain of that. You know, we understand how hard it is to find a solid couple that's doing good to just connect with. And people desire that. And so think about this. Think about your graduating class when you went to school, right? Everybody graduated. It was exciting. You did it together. Even think about like a fraternity or sorority, like your sorors and all of that, that connection and that bond. You've been through something together that bonds you, but you became better together. And that's what you get here with our program, the Moving Forward program, which we'll show you a clip of in a minute. You get that connection, that building, that bonding, that accountability, and you're no longer doing life alone.
Absolutely.
I never thought that you could do that on the heels of a relationship type of a situation, right? But we have proved it time and time and time again with maybe 3 or 4 graduating classes of couples who have gone through the program and who have understood, wow, I'm better now than I was before, and I've got my best friend out of this. So many best friends and come out of this, and they go and they become like godparents to each other's kids and stuff like that. It's amazing.
That's absolutely true. These are the things that you can have in your relationship when you make a decision. There's something about the power of decision. Have you made a decision yet, or are you waiting for your partner to make a decision? You know, we make decisions about a whole lot of things that are important important to us. And so maybe you need to increase your passion, your desire, your willingness to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. So listen, guys, you're watching the Couples Academy show. We will be right back right after this break.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Couples Academy show. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Hassani.
And guys, you just saw the clip or the promo for our Moving Forward program. And I mean, did you see some of the clips in there? What goes on? It's phenomenal. You got people coming together, learning together. We do adventurous things. I think at our last group, we just did a wall climbing activity. We just hold you accountable. But in addition to the connection, the community, the training, weekly trainings, you also get an actual program. It's got 6 modules in it. You go through that program week by week. We hold your hand. We give you so much additional. I mean, even though the program has what it has, we also go above and beyond. You're literally getting like 13, 14 modules just from the teaching that you give, Hassani.
Imagine every single Monday having a comprehensive deep dive teaching and a Q&A amongst a small group of people who you're building a relationship with. And you know what's so powerful about the Moving Forward program? Above and beyond what we do, it's how they pour into one another. They speak into each other's lives. When one is struggling, the other one there is to pick them up. Because I tell you, it's magical what happens in those sessions.
Absolutely. So guys, if you need more information about that, if you're going through something in your relationship and you need somebody to help you move forward, reach out to us and just get more information about it. We're happy to talk to you, share, and see if you qualify. But I want to welcome my people. We like to do this on the second half because sometimes people lag in getting in here and they remember, oh, I got to say where I'm from. So you'll come on and say good morning and then remember and say, oh, good morning, my name is so-and-so from so-and-so. So I'm giving you a chance to do that by the second half. So good morning, JG from Los Angeles, and Rick Bennett from Ohio, Vashawn Edmonds from Chicago. Good morning, Alvin. Good morning, Rhoda. Good morning, Dee Dee from South Carolina. JD, good morning. Geisha from St. Kitts. Hey, I wonder if we've met. I miss St. Kitts. I want to go back.
St. Kitts is incredible.
You know what? St. Kitts is the first place that I ever got a sunburn. Was it St. Kitts?
That was Antigua.
Oh, okay. Let me not blame
Sorry, St. Kitts.
It was Antigua, but it's a sister island.
It really is.
It's still your fault, St. Kitts. I got burnt. okay, on a boat because, of course, I thought with my melanin brown skin, I don't need any sunblock. I was wrong. Did you get burnt too?
I got burnt
so bad, but I still want to go back.
365 beaches in Antigua. It was incredible.
It was beautiful. Carol from Jamaica. Hey, do you know we've never been to Jamaica?
Ever.
What is our problem?
I have no idea. We're just waiting for an invitation.
We're waiting on an invitation.
We have clients in Jamaica and have never been to Jamaica.
We've never been to Jamaica. I don't know why that hasn't been on the roster, but we got to make that happen. Good morning, Ralph from Ohio, and Kia from Nevada, Darnell from Denver, Colorado, my old stomping grounds, and Talisha from Noonan, Georgia, not too far away. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Melbourne, Australia. Did you say that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we got Melbourne, Australia. I haven't been there either. But yeah, guys, Trinidad and Tobago, you are in the building, and we appreciate that. We want impact all around the world because we want marriages to be transformed all around the world. And one thing I will notice is that when we talk to, like, for instance, today I'm speaking with a couple in Australia. They're dealing with intimacy problems. Last night, I was dealing with a couple in Jamaica. Intimacy problems. It doesn't matter what your nationality, your ethnicity, your gender, your background, your family dynamic. We all have this struggle because we're trying to figure each other out.
Yes. And so I was talking to one of my clients yesterday, and this was a really good conversation we got into about intimacy, right? And this was after the show. She had watched it, and she was just talking about, for her, it's about the mental and emotional intimacy. That's what's lacking for her. For him, he needs that sexual intimacy. And we women, we sometimes get an attitude about that. Like, we are like, you just want me, you just want my physical body, and just as much as it is a legit bona fide need for us to have our mental and emotional stimulated, we want to feel desired, we want to feel an actual emotional connection to you. This is why we run our mouths before sex, right? We start to talking, the pillow talk. You know what?
What'd I do? What'd I say?
We about to expose some violence, right? But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? We desire to connect, because that's how you got us in the first place. See, you put your good foot forward when I met you and hid the toes with the bunions and the crooked feet, okay? Now I see that you're really just trying to jump in there. But at the end of the day, they really do have a bona fide desire, right? We have a bona fide desire. And so that's what we mean by developing intimacy. Intimacy is not just one thing. We have to develop all of it, because there are some people out there that have a strong desire to connect, recreationally. Like, they feel a deficit if you don't go out, because you like to sit on the couch and watch Hallmark movies and stuff.
But that's a good point, because, a lot of couples, you have a dynamic where one person is an introvert and they like being in the home, and the other person always likes being in the street and they're more social. Right. So it is a struggle. Like, I want to go out, let's do something. I don't feel like going out. You got your shower cap on, you got your robe on, and it's just like, let's get out.
Let's acknowledge the struggle.
It's a real struggle.
He can share some struggles he has with me. Like, the other day, I made him what was the documentary I was watching on the comedian who I never liked, Robin Williams. I never liked Robin Williams, and then I watched that documentary, and I'm like, wow, I have a new respect for Robin Williams. And it shared the story of how he kind of, came up and how he ended up committing suicide. But Hassani was sitting there, like, not complaining and watching it with me, because he knew I wanted him to watch it with me.
I'm watching her watch the documentary.
Fall asleep.
I didn't fall asleep either. But see, that's that connection, right? That's a social connection.
It is. And at the same time, Hassani loves it when I go with him to the bookstore. And he goes and looks through books forever. Like, it don't take me that long. I know what I want, because guess what? They invented Google. So you could just go on Google and be like, okay, that's the book.
It's not the same.
You can order it, or you could go there and pick it up. Hassani be in there forever. And guess what? I just sit there so quietly. I go to the coffee shop and I allow him to do that. That's me putting myself to the side, so that I could be there and connect with him.
So in essence, one way to love your spouse is through the things that they love. Even if it's not your thing, but it's that social connection and contact that's so critically important. And, going back to the sex piece, how, obviously a lot of men have a desire for the physical. The fact is, it's just like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Because men desire physical intimacy, which opens them up emotionally. Women require emotional intimacy, which opens them up physically. And so what comes first, right? So the reality is, if both of you are leaders and both of you are initiating a process and your focus is not on what you're going to do for me, when am I going to get, but how can I love you, right? So now the husband is giving the wife the emotional connection that she needs. The wife is giving the husband the physical intimacy that he needs. You both are meeting each other's need. And as long as you're continuing that cycle and that flow, you remain connected.
The answer to the question is the chicken.
Okay.
The
so,
chicken.
And the chicken is the physical.
In the creation.
It's the
story.
physical, right?
Hey.
So give your man the physical, and then you'll get what you want.
See how he skews it.
Let's go to the next point. Let's go to the next point.
I think we get it though, right? I think at the end of the day, we understand that we have to reciprocate. That's the big picture. We need to reciprocate. And anytime there becomes an imbalance, right? And that's what me and my client were talking about. Like sometimes there becomes an imbalance, and it's going to happen, right? So sometimes there's an imbalance on my side. I'm just like, I'm run down, I'm tired, I got every excuse under the book. Imbalance. You know, Hassani might be giving all the attention and the affection to the conversation and all that, and I'm just still not there. Imbalance. Or flip the script. Sometimes Hassani's all about the physical, and I ain't had a conversation with you in 2 days. Imbalance. So it's our job to fight to bring that balance every day.
Absolutely. We're talking about intimacy, guys. We have one more segment and a couple more points, so stay with us.
When we come back, we want to answer some questions. So come back with some comments and some questions, and we'll address them.
Be right there, guys. Have you been struggling with issues that have gone unresolved for significant amounts of time? Are you desperate for change but don't know exactly what to do? Well, Couples Academy has the answer. The Gottman Relationship Checkup is a clinical tool that scientifically evaluates relationship strengths and challenges through a comprehensive assessment based upon 40 years of research. With it, each partner completes the assessment in 5 key sections: friendship and intimacy, trust and safety, conflict management, shared meaning, and individual areas of concern. This personalized report provides detailed analysis, flags areas of concern, and suggests specific treatment options that we will discuss together. The insight gained from this assessment will help to take you off the road of recovery and place you on the path to fulfillment. If you're ready to experience quantum growth in your marriage, contact Couples Academy today.
Welcome back, guys. You're watching the Couples Academy show. I'm Danielle, and that's my fabulous dreamboat husband, Hassani, over there.
I receive it.
And I am...
Danielle.
See,
The beautiful.
you know what?
The sensational. The phenomenal.
Where the divorce lawyers at? No, I want to acknowledge Rick Bennett out here. He says, I have been selfish in my wife's interests and needs. I know now that I have to fix that. You know what? To me, acknowledgement is power, right? When we start to see each other, Hassani and I, when we went through some of our biggest trials, we actually went through a program that helped us to actually look at ourselves. And the entire time we were looking at each other and blaming each other, it never dawned on us that we actually might have a part to play in our problems. And once we start to look at our own stuff, everything started to bloom. So that's a powerful place that you're in. JD says, how do you get to the intimacy with your spouse, I assume, if when you inquire about how they feel or ask what is wrong, they reply, I don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, but that's a problem, right? That's putting up a brick wall, and that's not allowing you to penetrate. And that's a significant problem. So, I mean, listen, it takes two, as the song says, it takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two. Now, of course, one person can initiate the process and they can continue to do. But at some point, the other person has to be willing. And so if you're in that stuck place, this is why we recommend getting help, you know, relying on the wisdom and the expertise of somebody else that can guide you through a problem.
Absolutely.
Let me just say this on this note. A lot of times individuals come to us who've watched our videos and they want to get their spouse on board. And so the question is, hey, I want to introduce you to my spouse, but what video do you recommend? I say, well, have you shared any video before? Yeah, I shared such and such video with them. And the video that they shared with them was a video where it would come across as if they're in the wrong, they need to get it right. And it does not help. It does not warm them up to a process. Exactly. You're weaponizing that video and not using it for the proper purpose. And so you want to bring them in with something that speaks to them, that speaks their language. So once again, JD, how can you begin to have conversations with your spouse? Put yourself in her seat, put yourself in her shoes, look through her lens, speak her language, speak in a way that will draw her into a conversation because it's speaking to the things that's important to her. And then you're creating the right atmosphere to bring your concerns to the table for her to be receptive to you.
Absolutely. Monicia says, my cousin is my accountability partner. And so that just speaks to the power of having these marriage mentors in our lives, which Hassani and I for years did not have one. And we were looking and searching under rocks to find. But when we finally did find it, it was powerful. And sometimes they're older than you, right?
Yeah.
Which we always valued. We always valued, being able to kind of see further down the line and hear from other folks. Remember the pastors up in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Oh my God, they were so inspiring. They were married for 100 years, and we just like
literally 100. Was it 100 years?
It was a long time, and we the Otterbox. We just thought, wow, one day. And to me, they were so inspiring in so many ways, and I feel like even what we do today is on the heels of some of the stuff that we learned.
So
from them.
true.
But having accountability, somebody who is healthy, you can't have accountability with people who are sick. Okay, you got to find people who are healthy and healed in a place that you want to be healthy and healed in. You can't talk to your cousin if your cousin is broken, got problems in their relationship. That's not somebody to learn to. But somebody who is healed and is going the way and knows the way, that's the person that you want in your life.
Let's give you this last step to close out intimacy. Connect through body language. Now, when we say connect through body language, we're not talking about sex. That's not what we mean. There are so many couples that, number one, struggle with communicating, but their body language oftentimes gets in the way. Like literally, Danielle, look at me. Right? How natural, how normal is it for me to look at you and you look at me?
Very. But
some couples really struggle and will not look in a person's eyes. They look down, they look across, they have their back turned, their face, and it's what it is. It's a wall. It's a breach in the connection. And it's hard to into me see if I'm not physically allowing you to see inside of me, because the eyes are the windows of the soul.
The eyes are the windows of the soul.
So there's got to be a connection here. But then let me see your hand. Sometimes just a touch. Sometimes this touch can articulate a message that your words cannot come up with. Physical touch is critically important in your engagement. And when you touch, and I don't mean sexually, but when if Danielle's going through and I just put my hand on her shoulders and I just massage her and just let her know that I'm here, it represents safety.
Yes, I'm going through.
You're right. It represents safety. It represents I am here. It represents, he understands. He's sensitive to, my emotional. It's nonverbal.
Sometimes there's nothing that you can say, right? And that's a big piece of it. That if you don't have words, your physical touch says a million
things.
It shows you that you're there. But going back to the windows of the soul, looking into someone's eyes, one of the biggest issues is guilt or resentment and anger, which is behind the window.
Absolutely.
And that's why I can't look you square in your eyes, because I'm hiding my fears, my anger, my resentment, my insecurities, and all the other things that I don't want you to see and know about me. It is the most intimate thing to do, is to gaze into someone's eyes.
So guys, we've been talking about intimacy all week long, and today is Thursday, which means that tomorrow is Friday, and you know what Friday is. It is relationship Q&A. So we want you to come with your questions, and what you should do, post those questions before we start the show, so we have time to really dig in and give you a comprehensive answer. You can also reach out to us at our website, couplesacademy.org, because when you do that, you can email us your question. You can do whatever you want to prepare us for the show tomorrow. Listen, we are excited to serve you in a multitude of ways, and we will see you tomorrow to start the weekend off right. Love you guys. See you in the AM.
Bye.
Take care.
If you would like to be a guest on our show, or if you're interested in one of our restoration programs,
Contact us today at couplesacademy.org.